Honorable Deputy Speaker, Ms. Birgitta Sellin of the Swedish Parliament, Honorable former Member of the European Parliament and the founder of the Right Livelihood Award, Mr. Jacob von Uxhol, the Honorable members of the International Jury of the Right Livelihood Award, Honorable Ambassadors, diplomats, guests, dear friends from Sweden and other countries and from my own country, colleagues, family members, co-awardees, the wise men and the wise women. Ladies and gentlemen, at the outset, I want to register my appreciation and heartfelt thanks for conferring Right Livelihood Award 2006 to me, along with my friends. Being a Dalit myself and representing the marginalized indigenous people of India, identified during the British rule as depressed classes and now known as Dalits. Dalit means, on one side, people who have been oppressed. On the other side, that the Dalits are people who revolt against the age-old oppression. I am privileged and honored to accept this prestigious award. I should emphasize that this award given to me is indeed a fitting recognition of the future empowerment in the social, economic, and political life in India for the Dalit community, and in particular, the Dalit women. By recognizing me, you have recognized the ongoing struggles of the Dalits and Dalit women who have taken a big and bold step amidst fear, amidst pain. I should say we have taken a very bold step to move from the margins to the center. The award opened up new avenues and visibility globally to the aspirations of women of the Dalit community, who may be the most evident example of marginalization standing at the bottom of the social hierarchy of the Indian society. On this momentous occasion, I must mention that sisters in the women's movement, comrades of the Dalit movement, human rights advocates, and numerous social movements in India as well as abroad have felt proud and jubilant by the award that has been conferred to me, particularly the mass organization which I represent in Bangalore and in India, women in the slums, the urban poor, and the unorganized sector of labor felt very happy by the prize. It had also created a lot of interest in the civil society, academic institutions, development agencies, and the media. In fact, the governor from my state not only called me and sent a beautiful letter, and the Central Minister for Social Empowerment sent a letter and had a long conversation with me. She said that I must meet her when I go back, and she also represents my community. I dedicate this award to the 200 million Dalit people throughout the length and breadth of India who are involved in this historical struggle for rights and freedoms. There are other 60 million Dalit people are also in the South Asian countries. I remember them at this moment. It would be appropriate in this context to remember the heroic struggles that were undertaken by the great social reformers during the British rule, who were able to identify the plight of the depressed classes. One of the most prominent of those reformers, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, has been in the vanguard of the movement. In this juncture, I have to mention with great pride that the Constitution of India, which came into force on 26 January 1950, was drafted by a committee under chairmanship of Dr. Ambedkar, himself a member of the Dalit community. The Indian Constitution is committed to the promotion of social justice and has several important provisions to uplift the socially and educationally backward classes and weaker sections of society. I consider this award to be a symbol of solidarity and providing us hope to continuously fight against inequality, injustice, and oppression meted out to the Dalits for more than 3,000 years by the age-old social order, namely the caste system. The continuation of the practice of casteism and untouchability in traditional and modern forms led to ever-present violations of human rights. Despite legal provisions, the institution of untouchability continues to govern the socio-economic and political realm in our country. 80 million Dalit women in India encounter the cumulative impact of discrimination in their day-to-day lives. They are denied of their dignity, livelihood, and social security, and everything that is humane and just. Women continue to suffer discrimination based on work and descent, which lead to social exclusion, physical separation, degrading of occupation like manual scavenging, violent appropriation and sexual control by men of the dominant caste, evident in systematic rape of Dalit women, and perpetuation of forced prostitution in the name of religion through the Devadasi system. The state and non-state upper caste actors act with impunity, violating domestic and international human rights laws. Dalit women have to grapple with the discrimination due to caste hierarchy and untouchability on the one hand, and extreme economic deprivation and poverty on the other, coupled with political, legal, and religious cultural discrimination. They are thrice alienated by caste, being lower than others, by class, being the most poor, and by gender due to patriarchy. A very serious issue is that Dalits face persistent chronic poverty. Landlessness among Dalit has increased. Land reforms in favor of Dalits have come to an end. Privatization has taken in the process of land distribution. There are more Dalit wage laborers. Urban Dalits have moved from regular labor to casual labor. Privatization has increased unemployment for urban Dalits. Globalization induces a reduction of government spending on public health, education, and basic services, which will have a direct impact on Dalit women. The withdrawal of these resources, therefore, refrained the government from fulfillment of its constitutional obligations. Moreover, in the present context of globalization and the deliberate ideological project of economic liberalization, with a crumbling social protection system and increase in job insecurity, what is the future of the Dalits? What is the future of the Dalit women? The consequence is that Dalit may suffer more, further grinding poverty, exclusion, and discrimination. Amidst this pain, amidst these problems, the Dalit women believe in promoting a massive cultural movement to cleanse the minds of people of caste notions and implant in its place the attitude of liberty, equality, and fraternity, which has been enshrined in our Constitution, in the country who believes in democracy. They also reiterate that the cause for violence and atrocities are linked to dependency relationships. Therefore, investing land in the hands of the rural Dalit women and providing housing facilities for the urban poor women is crucial, since a large number of Dalit women are workers in the unorganized sector, including agriculture. Provision of social security gains a momentum. Crucial for Dalit women to attain liberation and dignity is for them to acquire higher education and social and political economic upliftment, capacitating for leadership and decision-making positions, and they are brought on par with general population in terms of overall development. We Dalit women also call upon and make an appeal to the international community to undertake and support all possible measures to fight the widespread discrimination, violence, and impunity committed against Dalit women. I feel it is our responsibility to bring an end to this discrimination. Dalit women's rights are a global responsibility. Silence surrounding violence must end. I hope you will be our partners to stand up for freedom, inalienable rights to human dignity, and equal status for all in the society. Our sufferings encourages us to have a common cause with the other oppressed and struggling people of the world. We are not only concerned about our own world, we are concerned about the other world, people of the entire world. We, as Dalit women, pledge ourselves to liberate all our people from continuing bondage of poverty, deprivation, suffering, gender, and other discrimination. I want to quote a woman Dalit poet. Her name is Bama. She has written a poem in 2005. I just want to quote two lines, which is hope for not only Dalit women, for all of us. To bounce like a ball that has been hit became my deepest desire, and not to curl up and collapse because of the blow. Thank you very much.
Thank you.